Let's bring our field marshal. We're gonna talk about Oakland, California in particular. I'm talking about the political background regarding even every I feel is our field marshal online. Hey, FreeEmAll, field marshal. We hear you loud and clear. This is our member of our central committee. Our field marshal for the Black Panther Party Cubs. Y'all locally in Oakland, y'all may be familiar with regards to the CRC, APTP, and other dynamics. Just really out there in the community, organizing. I dare not devalue his impact. You know what I'm saying, to just locally. But again, we honored to have our fellow Central Committee representative online with us. And I was just touching on a little background for you join us, Field Marshal, about just even how coffee shops, the political significance of coffee shops, and how, say it's like, even sometimes we say like in a joking way, be careful, the police be hot, they be hanging in the coffee in the coffee joints. And just this hot discussion that's been happening up there, and how it's kind of opened up a lot of a political Pandora's box, for not only Oakland, but but elsewhere, about regards this coffee shop in Oakland, California, refusing when the police come in, they saying they will not serve the police coffee or donuts or anything with their uniforms on, or they got their weapons on them, and that may seem like a minimal thing, but again, these are though reactionary times, but that's revolutionary leaps and bounds in a climate where you go different places, where you go to the airport, you hear the people, the airline airlines, people being broadcasting for the servicemen, servicemen and women. You come up to the front, you get these different discounts, free food. The police, they get different discounts in restaurants. They don't pay for food, so on and so forth. So what's to this contrast about this stance being taken by this coffee house in Oakland about not only refusing to give them discounts, but not even serving the police? Can give us a little background. What's happening and what's they came thus far? What else has been popping? What other discussions have been happening?
Well, like you said, you hit it on the head. Some years ago, we were shaking and moving, and one of the statements you made a long time ago, you said, man, that Chicago and Oakland is a political climate unlike anywhere else. And so in Oakland, you have Chicago with the party laid down, the politics that the party cultivated and instilled in the community here, and the politics run through everything here. The politics run through everything and across class and race lines, really, if I'm being honest. And so the reality of this shop, this coffee shop, is primarily Chicano brothers and sisters that run the spot. And the request was simple. A cop came in, they refused him service, asked him to leave. He sent the letter to the Police Officers Association in Oakland. They sent it out nationally. It was a big deal on the news, all of that. Trump spoke on it. Trump was speaking on the coffee shop, while at the same time the bombings were happening in Austin. He spoke on that while not speaking on the bombing. Right? Just to tell you what this means. Right?
Yeah, yes.
And so how politically important it is for them to even crush a moderate request. Right?
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's been happening is that we and some other organizers have been organizing a community response. And so the community has been going out and filling up this coffee shop, lines out the door every day. Every day. The community has been going in, and it's been like it's a phenomenal thing. Right?
Hold on. Field Marshal, hold on a second. They say, I'm getting reports, they say it's hard to hear us on YouTube Live. Thank you, Kimon. They say it's hard to hear us clearly on YouTube. Okay. No. You actually you actually good, Fear Marshal. You actually good. We having some problem with the other outlet, the YouTube. But you good. You good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. We with you.
So what they're doing right now is they're working to isolate it, but because of the politics of the Bay Area, it's hard for them to isolate.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in the coffee shop. So it's been a real good political movement. It was Sunday they came in, the Unite America First is the name of the organization. Unite America First, which is a front organization for these alt-right organizations. And as I explained on my Facebook, is that the whole tactic that the alt-right, the so-called alt-right, and it's really just the old right, it's just a rebranding of the same shit. One of the tactics that they use right now is they'll put so-called peaceful organizations out to do so-called peaceful protests. But then what they agitate, they push, they prod, they are usually working in conjunction with the police, which I'll clarify even more in just a minute. They come in and they came to the shop, American flag shirts on, American flag bandanas, American flag, all out in front of the shop. But they kept chanting, "Call ICE," going live saying, "Call ICE, get ICE down here, get OPD down here," right? Now keep in mind that this is in this area that this coffee shop is in. It's called the Murder Doves.
Okay.
The Murder Doves.
I'm familiar.
It's when you first get in the East Coast. It's when you first get in the East Oakland.
Yes.
Right? So it's the 20th. And so it's in the Murder Dove. And a big part of this community is Chicano at this point. Right? So it borders the Fruitvale area, which is where a lot of the Chicano population exists. So this is really out there appetite.
This is my YouTube. Go through here.
We put the community material and this is what it is, but we also call for counter protest. And we get people out there. So what we did was we told them this is a no-go. This is a no-go. It'll be a consequence for being out here, right?
Yes, sir.
So the people came out. We made a call for the people that came out to come out. I went live, made a call for the people to come out. They came out, right? So then, what ended up happening is somehow they ended up pepper spraying some of the community folks. And if you go to Unite America First, it's a cat named Will Johnson. Okay. It's Unite America First. His name is Will Johnson. And if you go look up, if you go as a brother, a black man, let me say that, is a black man.
Let me know on Facebook if y'all can hear clearly also.
And so as when they tell the brother, the black man, they get him as the front piece for this organization.
Okay.
So they got him as the front for the organization.
Yes, sir.
What happens is what they do is they come out, they film people. And then what they do is they run your information through these networks. When it goes through these different networks, right, they will end up, they do what they call doxing. Right?
Doxing? DOX, okay.
Right? And why they call it doxing is they document all your information. And so then what they do is they put it out over these networks where you have white supremacists, Aryan, Nazis, all of this. And then what ends up happening, we've had to put a bunch of people in safe houses because of the threat that come about because of these folks coming out and filming that protest. Okay. If you undocumented, they turn your name in to ICE. So what's happened over and over and over and over again is people's families have been threatened, people's jobs have been put in jeopardy, all kind of stuff from them coming into these protests and gathering information. So our position is we, and some people have seen the videos of where we talk to them, we challenge them a certain kind of way, but we always careful not to put our hands on them unless they step over certain boundaries, because self-defense is a must. Yes. But the reality is is that with this set of circumstances, they pepper sprayed some of the community folks.
Mm-hmm.
The police show up, and I have to back the police down because what they did, they came out with their batons out. And now keep in mind, we had gotten it all under control. By the time they came, it was under control. It was no need. They come batons out. They come tasers out. They come, but they don't even address us and ask us what's going on. They stand with the alt-right folks.
Mm-hmm.
They stand with the white supremacist folks. Surround them. So I have to drive down on the cops. I have to drive down on the pigs because of how they dealing.
Just for a little clarity, okay, FreeEmAll, the reference of alt-right, just, you know what I'm saying, can you give our listening audience that with back that term, alt-right?
Yes, sir. So the alt-right is a term that's applied, it's a new term that really is saying the alternative right.
Mm-hmm.
The alternative right.
Mm-hmm.
But really it's a new branding. It's a new branding for white supremacist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we say it, we often say it's the alt-right, right, the white right, the old right. It's really the same thing. It's just a new face on an old phenomenon.
Yeah.
But what they're trying to do is they mimic a lot of our techniques and tactics.
Mm-hmm.
They mimic a lot of what we do. So they like I said, they got the black man with this group, Unite America First. If you look it up, Will Johnson.
Okay.
And with the Unite America First, they got this. It's a black man with long locks. That's the front piece for this organization. But he's super pro-police, all of that, right?
Yeah.
He was the one that was leading this. So with the coffee shop, what's very critical is that the people really are showing up and taking a position and standing with this coffee shop.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Okay. Like, you know, the perception that whether even from back from the days of the Ku Klux Klan, or even a lot of the white nationalist organizers, whether even inside the prisons or the concentration camps, the Aryan Brotherhood, so on and so forth. Many people, it's like a subjective stance, like just see this as just some racist white guys, you know. But you mentioned the even the days of the Klan is still active, but even the coalition, their relationship with the state. You know what I'm saying? Like even okay, back to the you mentioned about the doxing again. The document. They come to these protests and they filming people, which, you know what I'm saying, which, you know, people say okay, they got the right to film, so on and so forth. But even later on, you know, impacting people's employment. You know what I'm saying? Get them locked up. We ever heard cases of people being, you know, assassinated. You know, so in fact, just even some ruling class mainstream media coverage recently about the amount of black men organizers in different places. I forgot the brother's name in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? We definitely, you know, I mean, the blatant assassination of Darren Seals and so many others. But black people in general, that we, you know, so that we still don't know about. But, you know what I'm saying? But not to, in fact, ties to another subject we're talking about tonight, that in Austin, Texas, where it's automatic. We think we had a subjective viewpoint. There's just some racist white boys and white girls doing something, so on and so forth. But then this dynamic of this 24-year-old individual, Mark Anthony Condit, which I say is, you just can't make this stuff up. The type of the names that come up, you know, saying everything from the like had Dan Muhammad talk about even down the situation in Florida, the police's name, so on and so forth. How these scripts are written. But the access to technology, the connection to the state, you know what I'm saying, it's too many. I mean, like even though, I mean, according to international situation, September 11, New York. I mean, just who had took up work, you know, that day, September 11, you know what I'm saying, at the Trade Center, different dynamics. But this whole thing about doxing and just really just reemphasize the count. I think it's an advantage that they have, that people just dismiss it, just some racist cats, and negating the state dynamic. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, again, how they, you know, so you can just, you know, touch on that for us, please.
even with Sunday, with the Unite America First clown, the police. We put up a video. We put up a video of where when he was live streaming, Will Johnson cat was live streaming. When he left, the police were thanking. The police thanked him on multiple occasions. We got footage of it.
Yeah.
Then when he said one time, he said when he saw me come up, he got scared. He said call the police. And then somebody said something on his live stream. He said, "Nah, I'm serious. Call the police." He said they'll know where we are. So then, on top of that, during there was a period in Berkeley. It was around I think it was April 15th of last year when they had the first big fights in Berkeley where folks got stabbed. It was skinheads, all of that in Berkeley, right?
Yes.
The documentation came out. This was a major press. Documentation came out that the Oath Keepers, which is another one of these so-called alt-right, but really just white supremacist, white nationalist organizations, they said that they were in direct communication with the Berkeley Police Department. I mean, it's documented.
Yes.
It's documented, and the Berkeley Police Department had to admit it, that they were in direct communication with them, and they were advising them on where the fuck people are at. They were advising them. They said, if you have to get on somebody, don't do it in the open. Do it in a concealed place. And they were giving them instructions on how to deal with that. That's documented, right?
Yes.
The mayor of Berkeley said that he got thousands of death threats. Thousands of death threats, so much so that they had to put a detail on him, a security detail on him to keep him safe. But he never really spoke about that in the public until we forced the concession.
Yes.
But what he did, he never ever made that. The same is happening right now with the mayor of Oakland. The mayor of Oakland is getting major death threats from white supremacists, white nationalists, and we call them secondary white nationalist organizations because the primary white nationalists, we know who they are, right? These secondary white nationalist organizations are threatening her children, all of that. It ain't been one press conference about it. But let somebody break a window. It's a whole press conference about it.
Yes.
And so it's clear. We have it documented. It's documented that a lot of these alt-right rallies, these white nationalist rallies, there's been proof. We have documentation of where the power cords run from the sound system into the city hall.
Yes.
And that's a consistent phenomenon.
You know, and this is in every dynamic. I can't recall the teacher's name. It was a teacher who was exposed. She had a blog talk radio show, and she taught elementary school, I think in Texas, I believe. But it just, I mean, the white nationalists was saying politics that she pushed, and the whole dynamic about, I remember engaging in debate with an individual about in regards to white power. He's talking about the term white power, and he was trying to correlate it to that to the term of black power. And I was explaining. I said, no, it's a whole different history. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the question of when African people, black people being in power, that doesn't mean the detriment of land, animals, so on and so forth. But white power, what comes at the expense of that, you know what I'm saying? I think it's Sheikh Anta Diop talked about the different dynamics of the contrast. How African people, we come from a history of can work in harmony with nature, the gender contradictions, so on and so forth. And prison, I always use this. I always use the analogy like Minister U.E.P. Nunes said that prison is a microcosm of the outside community. And I recall different war stories and something. In fact, I know some of our listeners they remember the old war stories about the infamous Menard, which is in Southern Illinois, and how it was known like the North Siders, how they would tell the different street organizations within the black community, like, y'all stay in the cells today, because we're gonna come at this particular group today, so on and so forth. And it was and the North Siders were known, to have have actual weapons, guns inside the camps. But the incorrect assessment was that they work hard, or they stick together, so on and so forth. But the deal was that they had a relation to the prison administration to bring in weapons, so on and so forth. In fact, it was a big standoff in 1988. The brother named I believe Blue, GD's formerly Gangster Disciples, then later Grove Developers, had got murdered on a yard, and this had brought a lot of the different street organizations, the street tribes together. I'm also thinking back to Big Muddy River. We call it Big Bloody River. I'm thinking back to this prisoner and working in the kitchen was telling me, how they, how the white prisoners, how they, how they stick together, so on and so forth. And I told him, I said, check this experiment out. I'm going to show you. And we was in the kitchen. I said, watch how far I can get back to this in this kitchen. Well, you know what I'm saying? And then I want you to go see how far you can go. He was able to go all the way back, get the butcher knives, and do it, get all the food he wants, so on and so forth. When I walked even towards the kitchen door, you heard the shotguns being jacked, the gun tower saying, "Halt!" You're going too far. And I was telling him, I said, don't flatter yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not because y'all have I said, you still, because you saying we all the same. Well, no, even in prison, it's a result of white power. You know what I'm saying? And that's there's still some the benefits of that. Even y'all can get on certain sales together, so on and so forth. And this it cannot be separated from any discussion that we have, you know what I'm saying, with music, we're talking Eminem and hip hop, so on and so forth. In fact, just had a discussion about even these dogs. It was the Presa Canarios. These were initially dogs that the white, some of the white nationalist groups, the Aryan Brotherhood were known to breed, the Presa Canarios. And they had a stance. They would not even let them. Some guy said he bought $1,000 to try to purchase one of these dogs initially. They wouldn't even, he found out he was black. They wouldn't even sell to him. And this even the question of power, again, it impacts every dynamic, and it's something that our people need to be clear on, because even how a lot of times our youth in particular have a reactionary assessment is just that white people stick together, even with the illegitimate crime, because the deal is, like, as you pointed out earlier, Phil Marshall, we know who the real the top gangsters are anyway, the real American gangsters, but even the dynamics of the mafioso. What? We had generations of children wearing Luciano on their shirts and saying, Lucky Luciano. Luciano was not lucky. Luciano was an international snitch who worked for the government. You know what I'm saying? Who the U.S. government deployed to do moves in Italy, and also was a liaison to flood the black community, in particular with heroin and other forms of plantation poison. And once, I remember I told the little young guy, Bump J, the rapper, I said, one thing you got my ear about, that you at least had the kahunas to name yourself out the black cat that was out there in the streets, And this is something that we really need to seize the time about this discussion about these, you know what I'm saying, the space that these individuals are allotted, you know what I'm saying, and how they're able to move, you know what I'm saying, and again, that direct correlation with the state, regardless if they know it or not. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell you, we say, well, this is a crazy white boy, so on and so forth. And I mean, playing chess, just because the pawn don't know what his role is, don't mean this is not beneficial to the game. So I just wanted to point that out.
Right.
I see Comrade Alexis joining us right on. Darren Muhammad online with us. We live and direct, y'all. We have our Field Marshal Torah live and direct with us, y'all. We give some updates about regards to what's happening in historical stomping ground in Oakland, California. In particular, this is a discussion that's happening all over. And our Field Marshal pointed out earlier, sitting U.S. President Donald Trump talked about this and made no mention about it was in Austin, Texas. And this should be noted for history. This has been an administration in particular that has not dodged the race question. You know what I'm saying? In Virginia or wherever, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you see the images of his cabinet meeting. It's not even no front. I mean, you might see a Ben Carson, once every a while, but he is not playing no games about this race question. And people, this is in contrast to what we have been told, we black people in particular, but you can't talk about race, you can't dress your community in particular, you gotta you gotta be the president for all people. Whatever happens tomorrow, the concessions that the acknowledgement, the concessions that the respected community Donald Trump directly relates, And if nothing else, the pride. You know what I'm saying? The generation say, man, somebody is not, speaking in secret about it. They are acknowledging us up front, you know what I'm saying? So this is a, and also it trickles down, saying everyday dynamics. This is a it's no, like even this recent selection in Chicago, Cook County. People not even going for the liberalism or the fake. We all the world. We all together. You know what I'm saying? People are being. It's more of an honesty. It's more of a blatancy to, you know what I'm saying. And some people say that's bad, but Sun Tzu said the cardinal principle of warfare is know thyself and know thy enemy. So at least it's an honest type of discussion that's happening. Yes, indeed. So Field Marshal, give us some contact and give us some any other, you know what I'm saying? Again, we all man, on the touchdown. I'm still, I ain't gonna say cloud 1,000. I'm still, as what Chairman Fred said, still too proletarian, revolutionary, intoxicated to be astronomically intimidated. In other words, still too high after people to be shook up from the phenomenal events that was mobilized, you know what I'm saying, under your leadership down there, you know what I'm saying, in Oakland, California. You know what I'm saying? The Stanley Revolutionary Love and Green Star, our comrades, our communication secretary, our deputy field marshal, Ross, and all the supporters, and all the comrades down there. Yes, indeed. We got Lady Rage just got online with us. Right on. Real talk. Next line with us to FreeEmAll.
Right on.
So field marshal, so give us
yes, sir.
Contact and what else, and how people can move forward. You know what I'm saying? Some further. You know what I'm saying? Exposes.
Right now, several critical campaigns is going on.
Yes, sir.
The Justice for Shalene Kendall that was shot in the back by police.
Yes.
And so that campaign is going strong right now. You can go to the APTP, the Anti-Police Terror Project Facebook page. We're about to run a campaign right now for the young brother who was killed in the trunk in San Francisco. They said, I've heard between 65 and 100 shots while he was in the trunk. And so we're about to we meet with the family on that. So it's going right now. OPD just killed another brother a few days ago. So it's moving. It's moving right now. So we're on the ground on all of that. You can look at the Community Ready Corps Facebook page. Man, it's moving right now. So tune into my personal page to try I can get updates on what's going on, and between we try to get you back here real soon, Jeremy.
I'm looking forward to cubbing. I'm looking forward to cubbing back that way.
Yeah. We're looking at tickets right now.
Yes, sir.
Tickets right now, and I appreciate you and Mama Cool.
Oh man.
It was
man.
I tell you, it was one of the most beautiful experiences I done ever had. And listen, and I'll use your terminology, Chairman. It's still buzzing right now.
Man, well, hey, Field Marshal, you did. That's our terminology. Then you did real talk. You know what I'm saying? Hey, real talk.
The folks loved it. The folks really moved.
Right on. I can't wait to get black that way. Shalene Tendall, real quick, also Field Marshal Shalene Tendall. I think I got word also. You working on having the family online with us next week.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna be with the family tonight. And we're working on getting them on the line with FreeEmAll Radio next week.
That's right. So people can do some.
I gotta give a shout out to this family.
Right on.
This is one of the most politically put together families we done work with.
Listen, I always tell. I always tell when you guys these different campaigns and cases. I say, season. A lot of people make a joke about me. They like my Plan B guys. He Chairman, how you walk up on a family and you pick out which auntie the news gonna work, which one they gonna hold up as a spokesperson, who got the backbone. I say, listen, again, my family is a microcosm of every other family. I study man, I study the community. I met them before they had a different name, and the deal is, and it's a reality, a lot of people want to have this abstract idealism that, that's such and such related to such and such, so they on the same thing. I say, I don't know what planet they on. But when you get some families that's really, I'm saying again, willing to get out, and I've been so fortunate. We've been unfortunate and fortunate to come across some go-getters, You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm the Dorothy Holmes, the Lisa Richards. I mean, the list goes on and on. Some go people. I mean, I tell people, I say, you look years back when it was like a common thing of a foregone conclusion. Police kill somebody in our family. They'll bring Reverend Sharpton, the usual suspects put on TV, and we know the speech before they even say it. You know, okay, you know, I don't want to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And wait till my lawyer speaks on and so forth. But it just if nothing else, I mean, just to live for a day to refresh. I mean, when Diamond Reynolds at the Philando Castile was gunned down in Minnesota. I mean, she come through the door. I'm talking about just, I mean, man, hey, at the jail cell, you know, just popping it. You know what I'm saying? Even this at the Mike Brown being murdered. You know what I'm saying? That's that statement right there. It's so refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just, you know what I'm saying? Because our pain, we taught to hold it in, or you know, we don't talk about it because we don't have a degree, so on and so forth. So I look forward to this family coming. We had Gwen, the mother Gwen Woods, the mother Mario Woods on last week, and the line still buzzing from that. So I'm just really, again, it's unfortunate that we got to come into contact with it's unfortunate we got to come into contact with these families under these circumstances. But it's the spirit of steel sharpening steel, and men and women sharpening the men and women. Hey, I told people when I was sent to the TAMS, the Supermax prison, Illinois, Supermax concentration camp. When I was there, they had brought all the different guys, you know, so they had us in these different cages, and I heard different names. That's different legends. That's such and such. That's such and such. And this cat Casper, he said something. He said, "Oh man, it's good you down here, Chas." What you mean it's good? I'm down here. He said, "No, you gonna bring some attention to this down here." And they got the name of different guys who was down. I said, "Whoa!" I say, "Man, I put my chest." So I say, "It's an honor, you know." And I just spoke when I was we was in New York. I said, "I've been unfortunate but fortunate to have my name mentioned amongst, you know, saying the Mumirs, the Move Now, so on and so forth." And I see Oreo on there, free to move now, FreeEmAll. But again, FreeEmAll, I can't wait to have this family have this family on. And I just want to say clenched fist to all, you know, saying to the families and loved ones who, you know, who just refuse to, man, lay it down, but they stand up. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's inspiring. It's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? And it sends a message to the state. You dig? Real talk. So y'all homework assignment, everybody, one of our homework assignments. Make sure y'all do some background on this case. Saleem Tindall. Matter of fact, I was actually in Oakland, California when it went down. You know what I'm saying? When the pigs had vamped on them. And then, you know, our field marshals been keeping us updated, and our other comrades keeping us updated. Was having it back to back on this case, and it's hot, you know what I'm saying? So y'all heard the Facebooks, the CRC, APTP, and different places, outlets to check on this case. We look forward to having that family. And Field Marshal, revolutionary love, respect, and salute. You know what I'm saying? Again,
love right back.
Man, let's keep making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. Real talk. Right. Black Panther Party Club, FreeEmAll. Black Panther Party Clubs here. That was our central committee member, Field Marshal Tohar. Make sure y'all follow up on the different contacts. We moving and grooving, making history, taking history, and taping history. Let's do this here. So how we moving? We good? Okay, come on, introduce yourself. Okay, who we got with us? Come on, see. Okay, because she got she can see right here.
We also have Kenny Doss. He's the director of Bridging the Gap. The young gentleman here.
Who
He's collaborating with myself.
Come on, so that's right. Grab this mic. Y'all, we live and direct on FreeEmAll Radio and also Intellectual Radio. We up in the ante around here, y'all. Real talk, making history. Lumumba, I see you, my brother. Right on. Hey, long time no see, brother. Good to see you, my brother. Right on. So they get us live we on YouTube. We on Facebook. We using 2 tin cans in the string. We putting the word out. You dig? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. Y'all live and direct with us, y'all. We still moving and grooving. So introduce yourself to our audience. And, can y'all still hear me? Daphne, am I still clear on the radio? I'm still clear. And what's going on?
Okay.
I'm clear. All good. Right on.
Okay. My name is Darnisha Holiday. My organization, Molding Minds Mentors, has partnered with Bridging the Gap globally. 2 Inglewood organizations decided to come together and organize a trip for our children to go down to the nation's capital where they're going to be marching in solidarity with the kids from Parkland, Florida, who lost their lives to the mass shooting. We're going down there. We're going to actually go to stand in solidarity with them. But y'all all know that ain't really the platform, or actually the issue that we face here in Chicago when it comes to gun violence. So we're going to use that platform to draw awareness to what's happening to our kids every day here in the masses, right here in Chicago. And so we brought a couple young people with us today if you wanted to interview them. And also just to get it out there, you know, the young man here, Kenny, he's actually going to be running for alderman coming up here. He's a student still at Indiana State. I'll let him introduce himself.
Before you bring on, before you go on, brother, we have an international listener audience and viewing audience. Just for the record, Inglewood, south side of Chicago. South side. Okay, Inglewood, south side of Chicago. Okay.
My name is Kenny Dawson. I'm Vice President of Bridging the Gap globally. The reason why I brought these students, like she said, we want to bring recognition to everything that's going on in Chicago. You know, they're closing down all of the high schools in the Inglewood community, and I had the honor to be around these kids and listen to their stories and just see how they feel about not me talk to them, but them talk to me and tell me how they feel about everything that's going on. And with that being said, I feel like it's time for us young people to stand up. You know, with me still being a college student, helping out in the community, it's time for us to take charge of our community. And that's why I plan on running for alderman this upcoming election in 2019.
Yeah, right on. All of you, before y'all got here, I was mentioning about, you know, I had correlated this here. I'm definitely bring these youngsters on too. I had correlated this whole discussion about the shooting, and you know, I know it kind of sound a little weird for us to see people making a big hoopla about this. Kind of like when we had, with our organization, we had implemented the AAT bill, the African Anti-Terrorism Bill, and when people was talking about the big thing about terrorism on September 11, 2001, we was like, man, you know, everything they were describing from prisoners being misused, abused abroad. We said that's what happened to us in Cook County Jail. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Every dynamic, you know, that they describe for terrorism, we said we can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? We've been going through it so long. So even this whole discussion about, you know, the impact of shootings at schools. So how does I'm seeing one of these come up here too. But before, okay, like, what was the sentiments of, you know, the children? Like, you know, I mean, they say, you know, what's the big deal about this? What was the response y'all was hearing from a lot of the children about it?
Why should we stand with them? And no one has ever stood with us. They actually are surprised to see how large of a reaction that the kids from Parkland, Florida have gotten.
Wow.
And so our purpose of taking them down there, a lot of them were like, why are we going? Most of them, we did a little session after the walkout last week. They were not even in agreement with the walkout because they were saying, we're not even going to walk out at 17 after. We're going to walk out at 16 after in honor of Laquan McDonald, who lost his life right here in Chicago. So they had different methods and reasons. And so some of them participated and some of them did not. But those who are going are very well aware that we're going to go there. We're going to have our signs saying we're tired of our schools closing. We're tired of our neighborhoods being war zones. We're tired of our education being terminated right along with our lives.
Yes.
And so that they are very angry. They are very voiceless about this. And so we're just excited because this is how social change happens. Something has to happen. Unfortunately, some Caucasian kids lost their lives. But fortunately for us, a platform has been created for our young folks to be able to step in and step up. And we're hoping that seeing the hundreds of thousands of kids in Washington, they will understand coming back to Chicago, we have a lot in common with other millennials, that's age and the desire to want to be heard.
Right on. I want to just reiterate what Sister said, you know, and then, you know, and as organizers, you know, a lot of times we have to pick our moves, and you know, certain discussions become phenomenal, but it hurts. It hurts. They hear people say, you know, they acknowledge certain things. Say, are you able to hear this when it comes from other community? You know, it hurts, and it's demeaning, it's demoralizing. You know what I'm saying? The deal is, you know, we fighting to win, but from the mouths of babes, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a question. That's why I intentionally asked the question, you know, to reiterate Chicago, which infamously referred to as Chirac, Inglewood. It's such a commonplace in our communities. Like, again, quote comedic genius Richard Pryor. How Richard Pryor would say a lot of times white people will ride through our neighborhoods and they'll see us with needles in our arms and they'll say, that's a shame. They'll come home and their son has a can of Budweiser beer and they say, oh my God, it's an epidemic. And these type of contradictions can be correlated from locking them up, the tough on crime, lock them up, no compassion. If they, even referred to as dope fiends, to the white community, they refer to as the opioid victims of the opioid crisis, and police even being armed with Norpax or Norcan, some type of thing where they pull up on you if you overdose to save their lives. The compassion that and it hurts. And again, and children to see, politicians and the donations from Oprah Winfrey and so many other people about about this, and the people be right in the city of Chicago. You say, well, how could they know about this in Florida, but this happened right here? We want everybody to we want to seize the time, and how how we can support. So what's going on with these, for lack of better terms, OVs. Original victims of terrorism. We the original victims of terrorism, and take a cocky position that any discussion, we're gonna have, say, hey, hold on, let's put this in correct context. Now, don't come like this on breaking news like this. Oh, no, this been happening. We got degrees, and we got degrees in this here. You go our children, our community. I went to go speak at a funeral one time. I'm talking about, I end up there all day, just so a funeral after funeral, and it's commonplace. They had a situation recently with a sister told her son, I think he's 17 years old, right down a wheel. We don't even look forward to tomorrow. But we want to again. We want to seize the time with this discussion, like we did with the African anti-terrorism bill. So, you want to talk about terrorism? Let's talk about it in the correct context. You want to talk about this violence, and the shootings? Let's put in the correct context. So, who we got here? Can we squeeze? Right on, sister and brother. Thank y'all. Yes, indeed. Make y'all self at home. This is the Chairman Fred and the Panther Black and Lady of Rage. Y'all probably know her. She online with us now. Y'all probably know her, Baby D. Who we have here? How old are y'all?
I'm 15.
15. What's your name?
William Finley.
William Finley.
I'm Tina Brown. I'm 17.
Well, welcome y'all. You know what I'm saying? Glad y'all was able to come out here with us today. So what's just to follow what we was just talking about, y'all talking, okay. I heard about, like, just to reiterate what our sister just pointed out. I know a lot of people in particular, y'all age, they was like tripping on like how everybody was saying it's a problem with the violence in the community, and this happens every day with us in our community. So just again, how did y'all feel when y'all seen people saying, okay, this is a problem? What was your response?
With the
when people say, when people say it's breaking news, they say, man, there's the shooting happened in Florida. They say, man, this is wrong. These children are being killed. And first of all, y'all in Chicago?
Yeah.
What side of town?
Inglewood.
I'm right. I'm literally right there with you, man. 62nd and Justine, all in the hood. I'm right there. And and it's sad. I mean, we hear the gunshots every day. You know what I'm saying? How many people just? Have you friends? I want y'all to follow conclusion.
Like how many people I saw they killed?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't decent amount. It wasn't no little people. Like it was people around my age, and it hurted me. Like it was close friends and all that, and like it made me want to do better for my community, like to come out here and talk, because I saw what was going on. And I feel like that wasn't right. So I talk to my friends every day to keep them out of trouble. Like to keep them, like a lot of my homies, they do bad stuff. Yeah. I talk to them to keep them out of trouble. Like go to school, bro. Do this, do that. Put money in their pockets. Yeah. Put food on the table for them because they my homies. Yeah. And I look after them and stuff.
How I said I was out of town. I was in Sacramento, California, and I was over there. I said, wow. I say this what parks look like. I was tripping on how nice the parks was, and you know what I'm saying. And I remember, as opposed to y'all Hermitage Park on 59th and Wood. Yeah. And I know that this is part of 59th and Wood, and I remember in what they call a field house. And I remember I went on for some months. The basketball rims was gone. And I remember trying to find different rims. I remember taking pictures every day with a different newspaper to prove how long the rims was gone. But I remember going to other neighborhoods and said, other communities, other people said, look how nice their parks are. Do you? I mean, like, Do you think that, I mean, that how bleak it looks, like the abandoned buildings and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Does that impact how we feel about ourselves? Like no parks, no recreational centers? How do you, like even you or your friends, how do you think that makes us feel?
They feel like the black kids in our community just left out.
They taken away from our community.
Mm-hmm.
Schools. Just like when we went to Ron Mayu, like his kids' school, they get I could say they got like college ready materials in their school, like computer labs and.
This Rahm Emanuel's children school.
Yeah.
This the mayor of Chicago. His children's school. Y'all seen that school? Like what type of resource? What did y'all?
It wasn't too recent, but it wasn't like too long ago.
No, I'm talking resources. I mean, like different stuff. They like you said, the computers and stuff. Like, what did you see in that school? They had like.
We couldn't even get a tour of their school.
Didn't let
I
us
asked
in.
them.
We could only look through the windows.
Yeah, I asked them like, can we get a tour of y'all school? They told us no. Oh dang.
They couldn't even get into school.
What makes us so different from your kids?
These children couldn't even go. They couldn't even go look in the school of the mayor of Chicago's. His children go. Let's not. I mean, you talking about don't touch. I'm talking. Couldn't even go look up inside there. Chicago been, like I say, infamously referred to as Chirac. Within the last few years, they had like this like American history of breaking numbers, like closed down 50 schools at one time, and like what like. And like Chicago used to be real. How old are you again? How old are you?
I'm 15.
How old are you?
17.
It used to be real known for like the structure, the different the street organization they call the gangs. But now we get the cliques, like different blocks. You know what I'm saying? With the schools, okay, closing down, and how okay, with the schools closing down. Other than just the obvious, like what I'm saying, that they're taking away your education. Say with these different cliques and stuff, how with children being able to travel to different, so what type of problems do they present? Like say I live on one block, and they close down Harper, they close down Harper, and I got somebody saying this, say from another, another block, what type of problems does that present? Again, aside from we know the obvious, well, we don't know the obvious. They're taking away your education. Now I'm on 62nd. You on 59th. You know what I'm saying? And the school shut down. So what type of problems do I have to look forward to?
I don't know how that gang stuff work with boys, but I know some boys in our school, they can't even go across Ashland. So what makes them think if they gonna close down our school and they gonna have to travel to a different territory, that ain't doing nothing but shortening their lives.
Yeah,
it's basically creating another gang because a lot of people they dropping out of school. You feel me? Like I be scared to stand by the bus stop sometimes, worried about who gonna sneak up behind me, talking about what you is.
Yeah,
like bro, on game, but I'm trying to live life just like you is.
Yeah,
but you living your life the wrong way. I'm trying to, bring back, give my community something good, so they can say I did something before. It's my time to go. You feel me?
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk, man. Real talk. We live and direct, y'all. These Miles of Bays, these youngsters right here, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And I'm very familiar with the neighborhood, the area they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Hey, come up there. You know what I'm saying? Still there. And this ain't no. This ain't no Wakanda we talking about. This is the real world, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, until y'all just somebody brings some vibranium or whatever type of magic pill you talking about, we need these youngsters need some resources, need some support, you know what I'm saying? The support they doing, and we want to seize the time right now, the discussion about people talking about violent schools. They got these youngsters got degrees in that, you know what I'm saying? This little brother, he can't even think about it, he can't even count them. I mean, his friends, you know what I'm saying, they're lost, and it's so commonplace stuff, Man, so I want to make sure we get the contact information, y'all, to follow up on these youngsters, you know what I'm saying? Whatever way we can support, you know what I'm saying, they doing, get the word out, you know what I'm saying? It really seize the time, you know what I'm saying, to make anybody else be careful before they just come out. I'm talking these poverty pimps, these opportunists that just run around, throw these different political footballs around with an arrogance to talk about, this violence in school. Well, you don't say. You know what I'm saying? Again, man, this happens to us every day. You know what I'm saying? Again, every day. So we'll make sure we get that contact. Yes, sis.
I would like to know what they plan to do next year. They go to Ask them what's their plan when their school closes.
Just for our listeners, our sisters, what's y'all plans when the school closes? I just mentioned Harper. I mentioned Harper. High school. What's y'all plans?
I'm senior, so I graduate this year. But I got little brothers. I got a little brother that go there and a cousin. They gonna be able to graduate, but they trying to phase Harper out so they kept us open for another 3 more years. And so my mom plan is she got to send them to another school now. But Harper is not just like it's just a regular high school that you attend and they trying to close it down. My whole family went to Harper. My bigger brothers and sisters, everybody. So it's a legacy.
Yeah.
So
by them, it's a what? It's a real talk. Hey, this one scripted, y'all. Real talk. Go ahead, sis. Yeah.
And so she gonna have to send them to a different school and stuff. So that's not right.
Man, what about you, little bro?
Like basically what she said, they phasing us out. Like that make me feel like I don't want to go to my school no more because I can grow up the people I grew up, like the people I came a long way with. Like my 2 homies, they trying to come to Harper. Like the statistic, they basically said that one of my homies, one of us go be dead, one of us go be in jail, and one of us go make it. I keep my circle tight, so basically me and my homies, we gonna make it out the hood regardless of the fact. Skip what the statistics talking about.
Real talk. Right on. Any more questions? Hey, damn, we got any calls in queue? Again, y'all, we live in direct with these youngsters, right? Y'all be seeing these different news reports and propaganda put out by Chicago and Chirac. These youngsters right here, live and direct. I know they done built our babies to be a bunch of monsters and all that. These youngsters here, they want to live. They telling you what's happening. Don't wait till you ain't gotta wait on no white dude to come write no book about the crime in Chicago, no University of Chicago, do no study. They telling you how they impacted by it, you know what I'm saying? And they ain't just talking about laying down and die. They trying to feel, man, how can we expose this and again, and how people can quickly address situations in Florida and other places. Hey, this happening right here again, y'all. It's a real deal war zone in Chirac. You know what I'm saying? And we got to call it for what it is, y'all. We got FreeEmAll. Call in Q. Oh, FreeEmAll. This is our co-host, Lady of Rage. Y'all probably what was next Friday? Y'all movie next Friday? Yeah, Baby D.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's online right now. Yeah. she living under the weather right now. She ain't feeling too good. She wanted to call in. This our co-host for our show. So that's her calling right now. That's live in that rec. Yeah. So I know the Lady Rage for y'all time. You know, you youngsters. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We hear you, co-host. We hear you.
And just listening to them talk, you know, it's unfortunate, like she said before, that people lost their lives, but it's also unfortunate that they've been going through this. People in Chicago communities and other communities elsewhere that have been subjected to this for quite some time, and nobody has lifted a finger, nobody has done anything, and now, you know, going down to Washington is kind of like the Trojan horse. It's one platform, but we got to go down there, you know, we got to seize the time. We got to go down there and address this situation, address the issue right now the way we can. So I'm proud of the fact that y'all are even going down there, you're seizing the time, and just like those other kids are like, you know, we're not going for this anymore, and y'all going down there and say, look, this issue has been going on in our communities, and we ain't going for it either. We're going to take a stance right here, right now, for all of y'all to see. So I'm very proud of the fact that y'all are doing that.
Right on. That's Baby D, man. What?
I only could think about. I just think about the part where Mike F said.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, man. She wear a number of different hats, man. Again, she our coach. She a member of the Black Panther Party Cubs. It's our co-host, man. And she called, you know, so she under the weather. She called and support, you know, saying get out. And we want to definitely get this word out, you know. And also let the record reflect that y'all always welcome to come on, you know what I'm saying? With FreeEmAll Radio, we join here now, IntellectualRadio.com. And y'all, I need y'all. I'm gonna need y'all on the request of y'all. This on live on YouTube. But y'all tune in with us and whatever. I'm trying to keep up with all the stuff, Snapchat and Instagram. But help me get the word out. Help us get the word out to all, all y'all counterparts, y'all age on how to get this word out. This is a vehicle that we got that we can put this out to the people. You know what I'm saying? And we want to have y'all back like a backpack and y'all chest like a bulletproof vest. And we want y'all, understanding everything. Also, everything is political, and we want to tie this in. What's happening to y'all be familiar with the term about political prisoners? The school closures, all this. These bombers in Austin, Texas, with black people. They've been getting these mysterious bombs to their house to make these connections. What's happening to our people? Because we say no war on drugs, no war on guns, no war on gangs. It's war on our people. And anybody gonna say what's but us, y'all? That's what I was definitely want to say that.
All right, can we talk about another situation? Like they talking about arming our teachers. That's not right. I feel like they shouldn't arm our teachers, because what if our teachers coming to the school on a bad day or something? Then like she decided to shoot up the school or something.
Yeah.
And then like our teaching them like. Say that the teacher, like, sometimes they be having the metal detectors off, like the teachers walk past, they don't, like the metal detector don't be on for some schools. Like, that'd be dangerous. Like, what if some teachers have a bad day at home or something, they come and decide to shoot up the school? Like, in Florida, like, I'd be scared for some stuff like that. That's a serious.
Real talk. I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? And we know with the odds who's gonna be getting gunned down. You know what I'm saying? Us. You know what I'm saying? I feel you on that, little brother. I feel you on that. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, and you just brought to mind something else. Like, even going into the schools, like it's been. I mean, you don't need no studies, but it's studies that talk about like even how our stress level go up. When the police, we know we had a police when they come to our communities. But just even going to school, like the metal detector, how nonchalantly, I mean, how you just said that, like, you know what I'm saying? I mean. It's something, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's hard to, like, okay, I don't know if you know, the Black Panther Party, they started the first free breakfast program. Wasn't no free lunches in those schools, none of that. The Black Panther Party started the first free breakfast program. And our children, and this was in response to our children going to school and their grades were not up to par. A lot of people saying, well, that's the way black kids are. They don't study. The Black Panther Party said, no. Anybody, whatever color they are, that's going to school hungry, it's hard for you to focus on your education. So even today, that's hard. I mean, that's great. It's hard to have a thing about schoolwork. You gotta go through a metal detector. Take me through a day of school. Like take me through a day, a day. Like, if you can, much as you can. Like, I was just coming yesterday. I rode for 20 minutes yesterday, and I mean, if I didn't I had to pull over 10 times from the ambulance, the police cars behind me. You know what I'm saying? I said, people don't understand just how difficult it is to drive in Chirac. I'm just stuff like that. Just we're talking about even walking, being pulled over, search. If you can, just take me through a basic going to school that, you know what I'm saying? You can. Like, even the stuff you talking about, how, you know what I'm saying, you at the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? And just take us through a day.
Well, I walk to school up in the morning, but I had to walk to school from. I live on Wildcat, so I walk past Honorary, and in Winchester is back me. But the gangs on Winchester and the gangs on Honorary, they in tour with each other. So you will never know if you can make the school stay for the morning, or even if school program, because they shoot. Even schoolwork in the classroom, shooting. You had ambulance, police cars. You can't even. How can you focus doing that? But walking in Harbor is metal detectors. You walk through the metal detector, you keep beeping, they gonna use this little metal thing, check you. Then you go do your school where you either get a breakfast or you just go right to class. You go through all your class.
How does it feel to go through that search, that metal detector search?
I feel like they basically saying they don't trust us, but I don't blame them at the same time, because some people do be trying to bring some stuff inside that it's for our safety at the same time too. Like, to keep people them out who trying to bring bad stuff into our school. We trying to make our school a better place because they trying to close us down, and people, you feel me?
They got this. There's a big discussion. They talking they call them TIF funds, tax increment funds, and this was a big discussion where our people faces were used to say, we need more money for these TIF funds, tax increment funds, money supposed to help out the schools, the community, so on and so forth. They use black people, our faces, However, the money didn't come to us, and it went to, into white communities, so on and so forth. And then, like, even it was like the different schools, the money was found. The money was there. So people get more white communities to get their schools fixed up, so on and so forth. And then, like, even with the crime in our community, like the crime, there's a case on like North Side, Wrigley Field, where, where a white lady's purse got stolen. And in the morning, and by the time the 2 o'clock news came on, they had to solve, so who got the purse? They got the purse returned back to her. And how does how does it feel like in our community? Just like even the shootings and stuff. That's all like it's taking like that's where it's supposed to go. You know what I'm saying? Like like you said, the police and the police sirens, and then add to that when you just want to look at something in contrast, like the mayor of Chicago, his school, his children go to, you can't even look at that. How does that feel?
It feel like people just think low of us. Yeah. Like they don't feel like we equal to the other kid, that we don't deserve the education that they get. Yeah.
I hear you. We live and direct, y'all, on FreeEmAll Radio, making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. What's the contact? What can we? How can we support? This move and keep updated with y'all. And feel free. And you say you want anything else? If I missed, okay. Well, do what it do.
So look, the story. My name is William Finley from Harp High School. I'm a freshman. I am 15 years old. My name is William Finley. I am a freshman at Harp High School, and I am 15 years of age. Okay, you heard about the George Stinney Jr. story.
The George Stinney, yeah.
Like a lot of our young people don't know nothing about that story.
Florida.
I looked into it though. I talked to my teacher. My teacher told me, what story you talking about? Oh, that's crazy how y'all don't know about this. It was a little boy, I think he was 14, 15 years of age, and they executed him because 2 white girls got was found dead inside a gutter or something. Yeah. Dead. He didn't have nothing to do with it because he didn't even know what they was talking about. Then after all these years, now that the man's dead, you feel me?
Yeah.
And they finally found the person who killed the person. Dang, that's crazy. Yeah. But in our community, it takes years and years, to find out who killed somebody. Like you said with that Wrigley Field case.
Yeah.
They found that overnight.
Right.
Imagine if somebody killed in our community. It takes years and years to find out who killed, like the Notorious, the Biggie Small. Stuff. Yes. They still didn't find out who killed and they still trying to find the story. Yeah, it's not real.
Man, bro, you right on. In school, you ever talk about the Black Panther Party?
We didn't talk about that till we went to go see the movie.
Wow. Dig that. Man, okay. I'm gonna definitely make sure, man, y'all stay in contact with us. The Black Panther Party was not a fictional thing, you know what I'm saying? And that's and it's not by coincidence, and it's not no attack on y'all. It's not by coincidence that we a lot of people, the first contact of him about the Black Panther Party was at hearing through this movie. Mm-hmm. And they don't want y'all to know about this. This is a group of brothers and sisters aging basically from ages 14 to 24 years old. Started in Oakland, California, by Minister U.E.P. Newton and Chairman Bobby Seale. The largest chapter of the Black Panther Party, guess where it was at?
In Chicago.
That was the branch, the state of Illinois. That was the largest chapter of the Black Panther Party. Chairman Fred, he's the deputy chairman for the state of Illinois. I mentioned the free breakfast program. They fed over 3,500 children a week. The Rainbow Coalition, you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. That's they try to twist around and say it's Reverend Jesse Jackson. But Chairman Fred, he organized what we call a street trials. He politicized them. You had the Young Lords, a Puerto Rican street organization, Young Patriots, group of poor whites, the formerly known Devil Disciples, who later was going to say we are not a black disciple due to the political education we received from Chairman Fred and the Black Panther Party. The vice lords, the FBI told the vice lords they would give them a certain part if they let the Black Panther Party open a free medical center. Chairman Fred won them to work at the free medical center. He politicized all, you know what I'm saying? And so you would think, well, that's good work they're doing. So the government should acknowledge that. But the deal is, it's big money based on us going to the penitentiaries and graveyards. There's a program, I want y'all to remember this word, COINTELPRO. That stands for Counterintelligence Program. It was a program put together by the government to wipe out the Black Panther Party and any resistance. In fact, out of their own mouth, they said a program created to discredit, to demise, and to disrupt and destroy any black nationalist movements, especially amongst the youth. They don't want y'all to know about this here. When the police assassinated Chairman Fred, he was 21 years old. his wife had just turned 19 years old. She's 8.5 months pregnant with me at the time. Police came on the west side of Chicago. The police came and they pulled outside the room. Open. She had his bathrobe on. They opened her bathrobe and stuck a pistol to her stomach. So she better not run. She was again 8.5 months pregnant. They fired several more shots to his head. And that was the fatal shots that assassinated 21-year-old Chairman Fred. To add insult to injury, they took her and the rest of the survivors and locked them up, put them in jail. So I was in jail before I got here, before I was born. And this, you know what I'm saying, this is Chicago. You know what I'm saying? This right there. So we had to call a question on a lot of people. Say, why don't y'all know about this? Why the first time you have this about the Black Panthers when this movie, a fiction or made up movie? You know what I'm saying? And they wasn't no people who just cared about Wakanda. They sacrificed. They didn't have no running hot water in the house that my father stayed in. But they sacrifice for the people, you know what I'm saying? So it's people that's fighting, but so we got to fight to find the information about the Black Panther Party. Also said the information is raw material for new ideas. Remember that quote? Information is raw material for new ideas. I chair the Black Panther Party Cubs, y'all. So people say, "Oh man, that's the past." No, we know the real deal. We know, so we ain't talking about no fictional movie. We know some cats who getting down, you know what I'm saying? That's colder than vibranium. You feel me? Right on.
I ain't even I ain't even learned about the Black Panthers in school. I had to go home and do my own research about it. I went home and watched the Black Panther movie, and I'm just looking like all this stuff really did happen to us. I had this, I ain't trying to be racist, but I had this white teacher, and she always said Black Panther, they never did nothing good. I always thought the Black Panther people was bad. But then my daddy, he started taking me more into history, about his life and the Black Panther. I started listening, sitting down, listening to it, and I changed my life around a lot.
Dig that. You know, it's funny, man. It's and they have a thing when they raise horses. They say a orphan horse is messed up because he don't know how to walk. He don't have his father, his mother in front of him. Our people, if we deprive of that, you know what I'm saying, like you said, change your life just to know about, you know what I'm saying, the history about the Black Panther Party, you know what I'm saying, your father told you about different stuff. And I'm just, it was his brother, and I was locked up. He was he had a lot of rage in him. And and once I told him about the history of the Panthers, so on and so forth, they started calling him Lil Bobby Hutton. Lil Bobby Hutton was an actual member of the Black Panther Party. Yeah. You know about Lil Bobby Hutton? Lil Bobby, okay. I feel Lil Bobby Hutton was 17 years old when he was assassinated. He's a treasurer out of Oakland, California. Man, check him out. Check out these are people that came from situations like us. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they walk these streets, you know what I'm saying? And that you can relate to, and it's inspiring, you know. And again, he was right now I'm at the house where my father grew up in Maywood, the house there. We only been there 2 weeks, and people have been coming up to man, we didn't know this about, the Black Panther Party, and it's like they just changing them. You know what I'm saying? And that information. So, man, let's make this contagious. Let's use that social media. Google the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Look for structure. They don't say chairman. Most like Chairman Fred. It's some counterfeit. It's not. Y'all already were false flaggers.
Yeah. Like when you false flag from different Texas.
Okay, they know Chicago, know Chirac.
I'm from low end.
From the low end. Now it's a lot of people, it's a lot of organizations that's false flag with the Black Panther Party. You know, it's a lot of people that false flag to be free revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? So look for the real deal. You can pick up the real deal. You can smell them fakes. You know what I'm saying? So look for the real deal. And that's get information out. Y'all start listening to this radio station, tweet this out, Instagram, put it out. I got a blog spot. I'm gonna get y'all. Let's stay connected, and whatever outlets we got access to, you know what I'm saying, we want to open up for y'all. We need y'all energy too. You know what I'm saying? We can't be detached from each other. You know what I'm saying? You know, so y'all gotta put me up, keep me up to date. Say, hold on, Chairman, this the new thing now. Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. I gotta keep updated because. I remember when I first got on hit the MySpace, and people was laughing at me. I said, I'm on. They said, "Chair, that's over with." You know what I'm saying? So it's ever developing. So we need y'all. We need y'all. You know what I'm saying? We need y'all. So I want y'all to Google this, to check out this stuff. I'm gonna give y'all some exact websites to check out. So there's a lot of frauds out there too, though. You know what I'm saying? But the real deal is real deal resistance happening. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you want to add? I'm gonna invite y'all out to right on. I did the field marches, man. We have a program called the Triple C's, Children, Community, and Cubs. It's done in the spirit of Black Panther Party Free Breakfast Program. We be all over the country, all over the world. We got a chapter in Brazil. We be hitting the hot spots, you know what I'm saying, doing the free food, so on and so forth. We've been out here in Maywood at what's the park? Winfield Scott. We've been doing that lately because we try to build up our base out here real heavy though. But I'm gonna give our sister our contact information. Y'all come out, you know what I'm saying. We serve the people, you know what I'm saying. We see what's going on, different update latest situations. We tied in, but it's happening all over. It's called Triple C's. Children Community Cook. Now I might pop up on y'all on Harvard and say, okay, what Triple C stand for? You know what I'm saying? So be on point. They say my father, Chairman Fred, he'll cost by the minute. Okay, run that 10-point platform down. I want y'all to check out the 10-point platform, Black Panther Party. Check out, you know what I'm saying, check out the age ranges. You know what I'm saying? Again, my mother, she had just turned 19 years old. You heard Nipsey Hussle? You heard him? You heard Nipsey? Check him out, this artist. Nipsey Hussle. I met him. Yeah, I met him. We was backstage West Coast one time. Check him out, Nipsey Hussle. So I seen him. So I say, man, I said, you heard of Chairman Fred? He ain't know he knew who I was. He say, Chairman Fred Jr. He say, what type of man would I be if I know who Chairman Fred was? And you know what I'm saying? This impacts our character, you know what I'm saying, to know about 19-year-old Deborah Johnson, you know what I'm saying? To know about, you know what I'm saying, 19-year-old Deputy Minister of Health, Ronald Doc Satchel. Remember these names I'm giving y'all. Y'all check out these individuals who came from our situation. They give us people who we can relate to. A lot of these organizations, they tell us for us, they can't find the hood with a GPS map. All them blocks y'all name, I walk them blind. I know about them different, I walk them blindfolded, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's rough out here, y'all. Again, anybody gonna save us but us, y'all. And I want y'all to feel free to call in. Remember that number by heart, the 929-477-3785. We every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30. Stop what you're doing. You know, we make a joke. We say we just show that you cancel watching Empire folk. You know what I'm saying? But again, I want y'all to call in, put the word out, tweet, Instagram, the different whatever. Put the word out. Right on. Yeah. No, right on. We live and direct, y'all, to FreeEmAll Radio, making history, taking history, and taping history, y'all. You know what I'm saying? How we looking at 816? Okay, cool. Anything else? Well, keep us updated. Since we need that. Okay. Okay. Hey, y'all were and are inspiration. We connected, y'all. Let's stay connected. We gonna get this contact information so we can help put that out. We need a update. After the DC move, what happened? How we gonna keep moving forward? We say, Ministry EP Newton, remember who that is too. Said about protracted struggle. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people see revolution is not an incident. It's not an overnight situation. Protracted struggle. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't gonna be no one time. We just see each other. Say, okay, good, y'all gone. Let's stay connected. All right, and keep us updated. We have agreed, y'all. When we see, so we say, what's our call? FreeEmAll. Right on, y'all. So let us know this. Come on, give us this information on how people get in contact with y'all, whatever. Yeah. Right on, y'all the inspiration, y'all. And I'm gonna give y'all my direct contact. You know what I'm saying? Again, so anything y'all got going on, y'all me come through. Y'all let y'all buddies know. Baby D called in and said she riding with y'all. So hey, you know she ain't playing no games, man. Co-host, you still on there with us? And she's still riding, y'all. So y'all let them know. Y'all let them know, baby. Hey, baby D called in. You did.
We appreciate you guys having us on. We did, like I said, organize a trip to DC. We did set up a GoFundMe to get there. It's GoFundMe.com.
Somebody type this on one of our viewers. If y'all can't type this too, so people can just get some.
In the comments. That's
yeah.
It is. I should have had this already up. It's GoFundMe.com -546MB -send -Chicago -youth -2 -march in DC. So the campaign is called Send Chicago Youth to March in DC. We're going to actually load up our bus Friday. We're going to feed them breakfast in the morning before we get there. We're going to have a poster making party tomorrow so they can put whatever messages that they want on the poster boards. We're going to go there. We're going to meet with other organizers from the city. We've also been reached out to by some DC and Maryland moms who said they would like to open their houses up to us so we can sleep there. We told them thanks anyways, but we're definitely going to get with them so we could start to shed light and see how much compassion they're going to have when it's time to come together with our youth from Illinois. My name is D Holly, DeeHolli on Facebook. Again, our organization is Molding Minds Mentors. We focus on the young women in Inglewood, and we're partnering with Bridging the Gap Globally, who are focusing on the young men in Inglewood. Tomorrow, there's a meeting at 6 p.m. It's actually tying a lot of organizations in politically. Vocal Shy is going to be the name of the organization that's going to tie a lot of these organizations in, where we can start holding some political figures accountable and getting some people in office that actually represent what we want to see happen in these communities. There's a gentleman, I want to say Floyd Davis, who has just started an organization. He's not calling it returning convicts. He's calling it returning citizens. And this organization is going to be for brothers who are getting out of incarceration.
Floyd Davis?
Yes, to return to society as successful members without the label of ex-convicts. So Returning Citizens is another organization to look for in the future. And we just want to actually just bring organizations together. So we're not forming an organization to put our face out there or our name out there. We want to actually join other organizations, roll up our sleeves with the CCC and Black Panther Party and different organizations on the west side and south side of Chicago, because it's like one community is affected now, another community is affected tomorrow. But instead of the crab in the barrel and the organization bullying for grant money, we want to actually get out here and let's connect it all. Let's bridge the gaps in these communities and take down the barriers that have our kids thinking they have to compete for resources.
I know our brother Floyd Davis. I would also thank our sister station, 1570 AM. Brother, y'all know our brother, man, Harold Davis, Ross, and that whole crew over there. That's how I touched down, came in contact with our sister. You know what I'm saying? I send a shout out for people on our listen. Y'all always say tune in Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 4 p.m., 1570 a.m. This is again, we honored to have y'all here. Y'all keep us posted. You know what I'm saying? Give us that information again. Okay.
Nice.
Oh, look, right on. Man, right on. Okay, the information is posted up there, y'all. Again, we this not this the FreeEmAll. Well, go ahead, co-host. Would you say it again?
I was saying I was about to ask Dee to repeat that information, but I see
Denise in Vegas. She got it. Right.
We appreciate
Yes,
that.
indeed. Yes,
They
indeed.
tried to play us. This is just an example of how businesses try to capitalize off of misfortune.
Yeah.
So we had a bus company locked in, so we thought they owed us a credit because we had a trip we didn't take. So when they found out why we were going, what they did was they contacted us and said, you know what, there's a lot of people trying to get here. You know, we want to honor your credit, but we're going to have to hike the up for you all. I mean, instead of saying we'll donate more money to this event or we'll support the children, we literally had to change bus companies, and the event almost didn't happen because this is just how greedy, you know, companies are. And I won't say if it's a sister's company or a brother's company or Caucasian's company. It's just that, like Kanye said, whatever good he did, but that one quote, they making us love their wealth and hate ourselves. At the end of the day, it's a dollar over a life. And that's what we want to change. We want them to know we ain't going no more.
Hey, I want y'all. They talk about all the different donors that came out for, you know what I'm saying? People say, oh, that's really great. How the students from Florida just came, articulated how they spoke together. They really went down there. That same, everybody from Oprah Winfrey to you name it was Dwayne Wade. Don't let me get started. We had personal contradiction with him. Not politically, we call a question up the ante with these individuals. Y'all, these blocks, these youngsters just named. I literally know these blocks. I'm talking about this has been happening with these youngsters. So this whole new discussion, you know, like these people just found out Elvis Presley dead. It's a big it's a problem in school. Duh. They've been going through it. You know what I'm saying? So again, we need y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all repost that information, tweet, Instagram, y'all different forms of social media, get it out, you know what I'm saying? Again, from the mouths of babes, these youngsters laid out to y'all what's, you know what I'm saying, the basic day-to-day situation, what's happening. Don't wait on nobody to come out no study or no movie later on 20 years down the road and say, did you know there's no children going through? They telling you right now. They telling you what's going on down here. They trying to expose these contradictions. And again, they ain't got no defeatist position. They want to live. Real talk, y'all. Let's get this support this here.
I'm so glad that the brother Kenny is partnering with myself, and then he's even put me in tune with the brother G2, who's actually got COCO, Kenwood Oaklawn Community Organization. You should have saw the children coming out speaking up about their schools closing. There was one young man from Robeson, and he was so sad because he didn't have families coming to stand with those children. And this young man said, for us, I don't think Robeson's going to make it. He said it's unfortunate that out of some of the schools we can win a couple, but Robeson, I don't think we're going to make it. He said they're already tearing up our track field. We're running track inside now. He said, and that's my hope and my aspiration of being a track star. So he's just expressing how disheartening it is, one, to have people from CPS coming and threatening them during their walkout. You have Chimp coming over and threatening them. You have the track field being dug up before the school year's even out and the season's over. He's just looked like he wanted to cry, saying he had to run inside, and then even worse, the fact that the community support wasn't there. So I'm glad the brother Kennedy is here because him and G2 were just in that one meeting. They organized a polling education course, I guess you can call it. So on April 7th, we're going to be going to a church, and they're going to be busing young people over and teaching them how to register people to vote, and they'll get a certificate, because we want people to know at 18 you hot and ready. There's more 18-year-olds than members of Congress in the world. You know what I mean? And they are the future leaders, and we want them to know how much of an impact they can make and to start educating themselves early.
Right on. I would also officially invite y'all out to the Hampton house. Y'all come through there. We in the process of building. This is the house that Chairman Fred grew up in. We gonna do some monumental moves. I want gonna get them in, come through there. We gonna it's like historical site. We gonna put a lot of history gonna be there. So we there 24/7. So we want to invite y'all to come through there, check us out. You know what I'm saying? Also, you hear about different people talking about you hear the pride when people talk about the alma mater, the school they father and their grandfather went to. You heard our little sister talking about just the whole dynamic about, how, the legacy, just saying her family, how they went to Harper High School, you know what I'm saying? And this is a discussion that, her younger siblings are not going to be able to have, And this, I mean, it's just saying we look at stats and facts, with 50 school closings or people being uprooted or gentrification. These are like, I mean, the social, the impact, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that it has on your I mean, a lot of times people just forget. I'm going to become an individual. I'm not going to get connected to nobody. I don't take no chance of being uprooted or my school getting closed. And you know what I'm saying? So it's so many detrimental ways that our people, our children in particular, are being impacted by these attacks, y'all. So again, we got to put in this correct political context. We need y'all support. We need to put the word out. We're going to retweet this, take this show, repost it, reshare it, you know what I'm saying? And again, stay in contact with the system and these youth, y'all. Real talk. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. We appreciate y'all. We on the countdown now to FreeEmAll Radio, y'all. FreeEmAll. Again, y'all always welcome. Make sure y'all tune in to every Wednesday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Chairman Fred Hampton Jr. and also the Lady of Rage. I know we had a couple more things. We gonna follow. Joe, I just the case in Minnesota had the police was Somalia. He was charged with murder for the murder of the white woman. So people, you know what I'm saying? So that's nothing we want to talk about. He was just recently charged with that. Also, the case in Chicago, Chirac, where the Chicago police raped an individual at St. Bernard Hospital and took video pictures of him doing it. I mean, and the DNA, all this in there. Individual, while he was handcuffed to the gurney, he was again in the hospital. We have bigger information how the police would go to St. Bernard and grab individuals back as who have dealing with mental issues. And they would take them and drop them in heated situations, and then we go back and report like it's a gang shooting, whatever. These are different dynamics. These are the underbellies of what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? Who's in control and how it's impacting our people, y'all. So we're gonna be talking about that more and more. upcoming shows. And again, catch us in our office. Y'all know what the office of the Black Panther Party Club is at in the streets. But also, y'all touch down at the Hampton House. We need y'all support. Come through there. We doing some painting over there. We doing some cleaning up over there. 804 South 17th Avenue, Maywood, Illinois, 60153. Whatever you can to support, come on through there. We need y'all there. Again, 804 South 17th Avenue, right on 17th and Warren. And we just want to say, man, right on. The brother who was painting over there. He said he's just been over there a couple of days. I overheard him telling our deputy field marshal. She said people in the streets was like, man, you know where you painting that? And you can see the pride in his brother. His chest is still. He say, man, I'm painting over at the house where Chairman Fred was at. You know what I'm saying? You heard these children just when they get to know about this information, you know what I'm saying, who Lil Bobby Hutton was, who Deborah Johnson was and is. It's inspiring, y'all. We gotta make these connections, you know what I'm saying? Because again, they wipe our history out like we never existed. And the first time they want to hear a conversation about the Black Panther Party is give them a fictional movie. No, we got real deal people that's getting down. The guy still getting down, y'all. We gotta put this out there, y'all. So again, we want to amend our people coming out here and putting this out, y'all. It's the people's thing here. So we say again, the Black Panther Party said information is raw material for new ideas. What's the call? FreeEmAll. Take us out, Daphne. And again, next week, y'all, again, FreeEmAll Radio live and direct. Another one for the history books. Right.